Morning, ladies.
Morning.
Kind of brisk, isn't it?
It is brisk. It's nice. Wakes you up.
Makes my tail bushy.
Yeah. Have a good day.
You too. Be safe. Good morning. Just sort of west and south of Nashville at the Edwin Warner Park Nature Center. We're going to walk through the center and walk into the woods and see if we can get some color photographs. None of the leaves this year, I don't know. We were so dry through most of the summer and very early fall, dry and very hot. Not what you call seasonable. So the colors are spotty, and some of the leaves have fallen just because I think because they dried out and died. But some are changing color. Let's see what we can find that's advantageous to photography here. I guess as you can see over my shoulder that there is some color, beautiful golden color. I don't know what kind of trees those are that are changing and providing that, but let's look for a composition. Who's walking who? I speak dog, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
That's the fun thing right there. That's the fun thing. I'm
What
not
are you
gonna go
doing?
because
What are you photographing?
Just
Everything?
landscape.
Oh, good for
I
you.
do landscape photography.
Heavy shit.
Look out, dogs get friendly on you.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all have a great day.
Okay, you
Good
too.
talking to
Good
you.
talking
Check
to
me
you.
out on
Enjoy your
YouTube
trip.
if you will. If you like it, give me a thumbs up.
I'm sorry?
If you like what you see on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. Thank you, dear. Nashville's so friendly. We're back. Okay, we're shooting with the 32 to 64 zoom lens. I'm going to put a circular polarizer on it. Let's see, since the sun is sort of over that way, shooting this way, it may have some effect of the glisten or highlights on the leaves. We'll see. Damn it. Good thing to know. Don't ask me how I learned this. I learned it by buying several polarizing filters. You tighten your filter by turning it clockwise on the front of the lens. So if you're going to adjust that filter, adjust it clockwise. It won't therefore unscrew and fall off like that one just did. And if it tightens it too much, you carry the handy wrench filters that I talked about in a previous video. But you don't have to ham fist the thing. A gentle touch is good, but if you're adjusting your polarizer clockwise all the time in the direction it tightens on the lens barrel, it's never going to loosen and fall off when you least expect it. Word of the wise. Okay, looks like my view includes everything from about, let's say 4.5, 5 feet to infinity. And let's see what kind of aperture it takes to pull that according to the scale on the back of my camera here. So f11 gets about 10 feet to infinity. And I'm about 2 stops underexposed at 1/8 of a second. So I'm going to go to 16, see what the scale tells me. Not quite. 22. Okay, that gives me f22, let's say 1/4 of a second underexposed. Let's go 1/2 a second, 1 second, 1 second slightly underexposed. I'm going to shoot this without a release, a remote release, but I've got a 2-second delay on the timer. Let's see how we come out here. Well, I'm thinking it's perfect. We're going to we'll check our focus. Great. So we've got a second. Let's go 1/2 second at f22. We're going to go to bulb, which means you guessed it, remote release. We're going to go 2 seconds here. Close out the highlights pretty good. I'm going down a little bit more in my aperture. I've got it, why not? Back to 2 seconds. I think that's about perfect. I'm looking up in the woods here, uphill, and I think I see a composition if I can make it up this fairly steep slope. I don't know, we'll see. I'm sure the ground is not very dry, and I'm sure these leaves are fairly slick, so we're going to take it easy. Did a pretty good job of hyperextending my left knee coming back from the waterfall shot in the Smokies. So you see me grimace, wince, possibly use some potty mouth language. It's because it went the wrong way. Oh yes. Good thing about coming on winter is the raking light sticks with us for a while, and things don't get too flat looking. I think I found a somewhat flat spot to put this camera down so that it doesn't tumble down the hill and into traffic. Let's see. I'm with the same lens, the 32 to 64, but I've got it racked out all the way to 64, and I'm going to shoot uphill, several tree trunks, strong side light so they look round, and there's some changing leaves, sort of, I don't know, what are they doing? They're umbrelloing, ballooning out from the side of a trunk. Hopefully it'll make a nice shot. We'll see. Don't think I need that. Trying to position the lens so that the spread of the leaves aren't eclipsed by any tree trunks that are near them. I think I've got a pretty good look here. That may be a little bit better angle when you're not looking directly into the sun, but you may be looking up at the sky. Let's see. Oh, bitch. I mean, dang. Okay, you may be almost level now. Let's see. See what we see. Looks like everything is in focus at f32 from about 16 feet to infinity. I'm going to move a twig because I hate it. Cheating. Cheating. See there? Saves about 5 minutes of clone stamp or healing brush or something working. Okay, that's half a second at f22. That's pretty dang good. I don't know if you realize it or not, but really right stuff makes a great walking stick, I think. We'll see. It's a bit steeper than I want it to be. Yeah. All right, back on the trail again, guys. We're going to ease back the way we came. At the point where we joined this particular paved path, we're going to go by that and descend a different direction. See what we see as we go back towards the car from a slightly different tack. It's beautiful out here today. Not as much color as I'd hoped, but the light angle is far from being flat. And so the light's happening. It's up to me to find the combination and the exposure that works for a good composition. Let's keep looking. There's a hawk flitting in the treetops just beside a place called Hungry Hawk Trail. I think he looked like he owns it. Hi. I wish we could find a pretty spot to walk in, don't you? Or friendly people. Hey, can you see me now? I love this moss-covered wall. I wish I could use it as a leading line to something. We'll just keep looking. Maybe. The intimate landscape. I've got this moss on this stone backlit, and it leads to a leaf. So I've got the 120 macro lens on here. Let's see how much I have to back up to frame this thing. So here we go. Back up a little bit. I don't know how level you are, but we'll see when we get it in the computer, I guess. A lot. I'm having to build this like it's a set. That's all right. Nice. Very nice. Not bad. Tighten up Archie Bell, nut there up. F32 at a half a second. That's pretty sweet. When I was 16 or so, I think, we're talking last century here, I believe we used to be able to drive on these roads. They don't do that anymore, and that's probably for the best, but I got to thinking, I wish these paths were not paved. Takes away from some of the charm of the leading lines through the woods, I think, when you're looking at an improved road. Just me being intolerant, I'm sure. Lady up here walking a couple of basset hounds. I think the basset hound is the most turgid of the wiener dog. Sure are some thick wiener dogs you got there.
Yeah, they're very strong.
They're sausage-like.
Yeah, they are.
I've seen mules that wouldn't pull like that.
I know, I'm sure.
Hey, buddy. All right, we're coming down to, it's not sea level, but it feels like sea level after what we've been walking over. I'm gonna get on an improved, well, it's a path, so I guess it's improved, but I'm gonna get off of this tarmac, take a circuitous route back to the truck. It'll put us in the woods alongside a stream bed. I think it might be nice. Let's see some backlit, possibly handheld fodder here. I'm going to try to get without setting up the big tripod. I'm going to shoot this with the 120 macro just because of the reach it's got, and try to avoid any flare from the sun. We'll see how this works. Because the leaves are backlit, I may be able to get an exposure that casts them against a dark background. Let's see. Why not try to get some water with leaves in it, autumnal leaves, and an intimate shot of the waterfall. Let's see what we can come up with maybe as a last shot for the day, because we're getting close to the ride. Climb on up out of here. Idiot check. Got all the camera gear, got the keys, got my wallet. All right, I'm tired because I'm old and infirm, but we had a pretty good, what is it? How many hours is it? Well, just about 3 hours. Like I said the other day, crawling over that mountain in the Smokies beats any day in a 4-walled office. Isn't this pretty? This park is sprawling. We haven't even touched it as far as size goes. We're lucky to have it. Lucky to have it. Thank you so much for being with me again today. I had a big time. I hope you did. If you like what you see, give me one of those. You're afraid you're gonna miss something? Go ahead and subscribe. I'm here every Monday, sometimes late Sunday if I get, fired up about it. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye. Oh. I think I stepped in deer poop. Yeah. Ugh. Good.